Hey guys, welcome to our 23rd Dots and Dashes podcast. I'm Lynn Kingsley.
Hi everyone, welcome. I'm Prakasha. Good afternoon. Lynn, how are you today?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. It's glorious weather here.
It is same here. It's quite warm, but it's lovely. I love it. It's nice weather. I
Yes,
like
I
this
do
weather.
too.
A lot of
Yeah.
people complain
Right.
about it, but I don't mind. I'm happy.
No, neither do I. Neither do
So,
I.
yeah. Good, good. So Lynn, what interesting topic are we going to talk about today, please?
Well, because it's so glorious here, I was thinking about going for a walk, although quite frankly, work got in the way. But not to worry. We used to walk quite a lot. When I was little, we used to go off to Devon, Cornwall, and right the way down to Lizard Point. Every holiday, we had a fortnight there for a few years. It was really lovely. Every time we went, we found somewhere new to go, and it was really, really interesting. We used to go off walking, and just time didn't matter,
No.
particularly in those days. Now everything is rushed. Then it was laid back, just went to walk around and take it all in. And we got some little bits, knickknacks we used to pick up on the way round. And like when we got to Lizard Point, I don't know if you've been
I have
down
been
there.
there once. I went to Land's End once, but 2 or 3 years. I think just before COVID we went. Yeah,
Oh, dear, really?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, the only place you can buy serpentine rock is said there. And me being a little girl, I bought that.
Interesting.
And that's the serpentine rock that I bought when I was probably around about 9, something
Okay.
like that. Little Cornish pixie sitting on a toadstool. And
Interesting.
yeah, just hung on to it. It's funny how you just hang on to these things, isn't it? But then later on, we started going to North Wales instead. North Wales is really pretty. Or it was. I haven't been for years, but it was very pretty. And my parents loved it so much they actually moved there when I grew up, and they lived just outside Colwyn Bay.
Huh?
They had this bungalow, and that was right up high. And in the mornings, you could see right across the Rill and all around the coast, and from their bungalow. So that was a really nice place, and they enjoyed it. Then, unfortunately, work dried up
Yeah.
there. Do you remember we had a big dip and loads of places were closing? Dad was a manager of a certain company, and they went to the wall. So they decided in the end that they would come back.
Okay.
But they were there a long time, and I used to go and see them and take the children, and we'd get some superb holidays just walking around. And we'd go to Swallow Falls and loads of interesting places that we
Yeah.
used to go.
It's very interesting.
And yeah, they were lovely. Where did you spend your holidays as a child?
Yeah.
Did you go walking?
No, we go what we do once a year go to Tenerife for in September, and we do a lot of walking. We live near Los Cristianos, so we got an apartment there, and we walk down the hill, walk up. We must walk one day. We must have walked about 17,000 steps, about 7 miles.
Wow.
So I
Yes.
mean, we do every day. We try and walk there. I mean, the walk that I remember is when I first joined Rotary. We used to walk for a charity called Global Site Solutions. So we
Right.
used to collect money for that, and we used to go walking. And we used to do walk by in the Purbecks near Cove Castle. Now, Cove Castle is a very interesting place. I hope you heard of it. It's got
Yes.
very deep in history of England. And we used to walk up the hill up there, about 3-4 mile walk. This
Mm.
one time was my first time. We weren't really ready for walking because on any proper gear or anything. And he started pouring down with rain. We
Oh,
got soaked, got totally soaked. And one chap, I mean, people were slipping off because it goes up and down the hills. The people were slipping and falling down in mud. But it's a nice ending to it was we ended up in a nice pub with a hot fire, warmed ourselves up, dried our clothes, had a bit of meal. And that's one of the best walks I remember. But I do try and go walking once a month with a friend of mine near Leamington by the Solent, which is nice. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So, anywhere else you've been for walks at all? Any other exciting walks that you remember?
Well, when we were in North Wales, I mean, we used to go up Snowdon. We've been up Snowdon a few times, and everybody used to say that that's the only mountain that's always covered in snow, and that's a total lie. It's not. And but what it is at the top of Snowdon,
Oh,
you've got all this white rock,
that's interesting.
and so therefore that looks like snow from the ground. And I didn't actually bring that back. My grandfather did
Oh,
before I was even born.
interesting.
So yeah, that's another little memento on my.
Very good. No, I lived in Wales for 5 years, but I never went to Snowdonia
You
ever.
didn't?
Because I was at university for 3 years, and one year a couple of years I was working, so didn't have a car or anything, so I didn't travel much. So, and those days, being a student, we didn't have much money really.
No, no. Well, there wasn't. The money wasn't around in those days, was
No.
it? Particularly when you were starting out. And but yeah, we've walked a lot in the States. We just hire a car and we go off the beaten track always. Maybe because my dad used to. So it was just something in me. I always wanted to go out somewhere where there wasn't a load of people and, all the amusements and beaches. That's fine for just a day, but it's much better to go and see the places that you're at.
So, anywhere
And
interesting in the USA?
yeah, we went to the national park in Denver, and that was quite funny because we parked up and off we went. Oh, we had to go and buy some walking boots.
Okay.
Because in actual fact, we went to Denver because I needed to go on a 3-day course on some equipment that I'd purchased. And so we'd gone over specifically for that, but then made it a holiday. And we didn't think about going walking or anything like that at the time. And we decided we'd go into this national park. And I said, well, hang on, because I've only got stilettos. This is going to be fun. And so we had to go, and he'd only got ordinary shoes. So we went and we bought these walking boots and got ourselves all kitted out. So off we go, and we parked the car, just got round the corner, started to go up like a pathway, and there was a sign which said, "Beware the bears." So Peter's going, "Oh my God, bears!" So he got the
Dangerous
biggest stick he
animals.
could find, and he's walking along with this great big stick. And I'm saying do you honestly think you can get away from a bear with a confounded stick? And I said you wouldn't even be able to outrun it, let alone anything else. We didn't see any, but we did keep our eyes open, mind you. We went to Nevada, and once again we went out and just kept on driving as you do, and never saw a car for miles and miles and miles. But you see the helicopters, and apparently, so somebody told us, they go across the desert and they just look to see if anybody's broken down or anything, or got in trouble or anything like that. And that's what they were up there for. But apparently, particularly in sort of the season when they've got tourists, because they've probably got loads of people stupid like us that
Yeah.
just go off and
Yeah.
don't tell anybody where we're going. We just go. And that was excellent, a lovely time. But that's what I was going to say. We did see the vultures.
Okay.
Maybe there'd been a car hit a deer or something like that,
Yeah.
and then the vultures were coming, and we parked up and watched them devour their prey. And yeah, that was quite interesting.
Yeah.
We've
So,
been on an Indian reservation,
yeah.
and they're way up in the rocks. You can't see them, but it said that you could go up there. And so we followed this road, and that's right on the edge of a cliff. And so you're driving round,
Yeah.
and the wheels are just on the edge. Not very wide. that was very interesting. And then we just walked around and saw what they were doing. They were carving stuff and all sorts of things. And that
Okay.
was very
So
interesting.
that must have been very interesting, yes. So did you meet any Indians as such? Did you go into the reservations?
Yeah, we went onto their reservation. Yeah, yeah, we did. Yeah. But that wasn't Red Indians. They weren't all dressed up or anything. They were in
No.
just ordinary, normal clothes. It wasn't a put on thing. It was just, you're welcome to have a look at what we do if you want to, sort of thing.
Yeah, very good.
So we did.
So it's
But,
very interesting. And I remember walk what I do fairly regularly is stop over in Leamington, they call it like a marina, walk past all these big boats, and we go up to uh, past Beaulieu, and it's a place called where they used to build ships that used to go into the war. Uh, I think Hardy's place it was called. I think I'm sure. Can't remember the name exactly. But I used to just walk up the street front and you see so much wildlife like birds, all different types of birds wading there and everything. You get a lot of pictures there, like people taking photographs of birds. Often thought of doing that, but I don't know. I would have the patience to look for a bird, a rare
the,
bird or anything. But no, you see some interesting things on a walk, really. You do.
yeah, we had a salesman once, and he was a twitcher.
Yeah.
And he was always going on, oh, the so-and-so is coming, this weekend I'll be out. And I'm looking at him thinking, you're a great ball of fun, you are.
Yeah.
I,
Good.
I tend to like activity. I'm not one just to sit there and keep still.
I found that boring as well. I couldn't do
Yeah,
that.
I do. It's
Yeah.
just not me.
Mind you, having said that, if you give me a nice seaside spot, nice sort of cafeteria with a pint of beer or something, watching the waves, I could sit there for hours.
Right.
Yeah.
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 No, I get twitchy. I say, time to, let's go.
Yeah.
Go and find something else.
So, any walks planned this weekend?
No, no, we're just working this weekend.
No. I, yeah.
Yeah, what about you? Mind you, you walk around the golf club, you do.
Well, sometimes, yeah, but that's not really a walk. Golf is a good walk spoilt, really, as the saying goes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes, yeah.
Mm. Anyway, so any more walks that you can think of?
Well, we walked on almost every holiday we've been on, including the skiing ones when I've fallen off the skis or something. Yes. Um, oh yeah, I had a long walk in the snow once.
Okay.
I nearly went over the edge. We'd got a guide with us, and suddenly I got some speed up, and he's saying slow down, and I'm thinking, hmm. So I went the wrong way, and I got faster. And he's shouting, Lynn, you sit, you sit. Now he'd been telling me to stand up on my skis all week, and then he's shouting at me to sit, and I thought, oh, he knows something I don't. So I sat,
Yeah.
but I really did hurt my leg, and yeah, I ended up in some prickly bushes,
Oh, crumbs.
and so he said, if you had gone through the bushes, there's a ravine the other side. And if you'd gone any faster, you'd have hit that rock there. So,
Crumbs.
so I said, well, that sounds like a comedy thing to me. And I just imagined going splat.
Yeah. Good.
But that didn't
Yes.
deter me until the next time we went skiing. And do you know, I got to a place where you had to really give it some to go up the other side.
Yeah.
And I froze. And somebody had to sort of talk me through it and say, come on, I'll ski it with you. And luckily, she was a bit ratty to start with, and because I was holding people up. And then when I told her that, I'd had this thing happen the year before and I hadn't thought anything about it until just now. And then she said, don't worry about it. She said, because I'd done exactly the same thing. She went over an edge
Yeah.
and on a bend. And she said, as soon as it got to a bend, I used to freeze too. So I know where you're coming from. I'll ski this with you. And she did, and she was very kind after that. But
Oh, some
you
good
can always
experience,
trust me to do something funny.
interesting experiences.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I've been stuck in a ski lift as well. Like, oh dear, that was really funny. I know that's not walking, but I was walking after that, and we went we went up in one of the chairlifts, and as you get to the top, you have to put your feet down, and then you stand up, and then the chair goes over you. And I had been warned, make sure you get off immediately because there's quite a drop. So I went to get off, but I hadn't got far enough forward in the seat. Peter went. I'm still getting off, and somebody shouted, "Don't move," because it was a good 6 foot drop
Just
where
drop,
I
yeah,
was.
yeah.
And so the ground just went away from you. And so I've got the thing up on the ski lift. I couldn't do anything about it. I just had to sit there. And the how embarrassing was that? Winched me round the pole, and all I could think about was these poor people all in line right down the
Oh,
mountainside,
crumbs.
swinging in this cold breeze that was.
Yeah. Oh dear.
And I thought, I hope nobody knows who I am because I'm going to get some flack for this one. And anyway, he eventually winched me round. He said, "Do not try and get off on your own. When I grab your arm, jump." I said, "Okay." I just did. And then, of course, you get out and you're on coconut matting and your skis stop. So I pitched out on my skis as well on top of that when I hit the deck. So everybody was in hysterics when they knew I was all right, but they were all a bit worried when they thought I was going to get crunched in the mechanism.
Yeah, those chairlifts can be funny things, really. You got to be so careful. I remember once going up at Isle of Wight, Shanklin. They've got a chairlift there. You just sit on it. They're just like, you see those funfair rides where you got those chairs and you just put a loop around you. And it's not, it's fairly frightening actually. You got to be careful as well when you get on and off. Yeah,
Yes,
I can
yeah,
understand that. But that
yeah.
must be a fun experience though.
Yeah, it was.
As long as you didn't get it.
No, 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 I was all right. I've had a few hurt places, but not to worry. That's all part of the fun. I don't.
It is good fun, isn't it? And
Yes,
walking itself can be very relaxing anyway, especially if you've got good company and everything, and you
yeah,
see a good area to walk to. It refreshes the mind, I think.
yes, yeah.
Gets
And
rid of the webs.
yes, it does. It does. We've got some woods around here, and not too far, place called Thetford. And yeah, there's some nice walks through the forest.
Oh, good.
And there's Grimes Graves.
Well, you got a good place, and you got a lot of acres there. You could walk there, couldn't you? Really, in your own grounds, if you wanted to.
Yeah, we do walk around the field
Yeah,
sometimes. Yes, yeah, yeah. We probably will later today, in actual
yeah,
fact,
that's good. Nice day
because
for
it's a
it.
nice day.
All right, I think on that note, I think we shall say bye for now.
Okay.
Unless you've got any more stories to say,
Oh, I've got a massive. I've always got stories.
leave them for next time. Maybe make another
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah, we will.
Good. Anyway, thanks, Lynn, for arranging this today. And it was good. It was good fun one. Enjoyed that. I loved
Yes,
hearing your stories about your walks in Snowdonia and Denver and Nevada. And I'll remember the chairs lift for a long time.
oh dear, yeah.
Good. All right, then I'll say bye from me.
Yes, and there's a bye from me too. We'll see you next week, guys.
Until next time.